Morning, folks. We are really busy right now. You know the old saying, make hay while the sun shines. We traded vehicles with Anna, and she only drives around town, and I got the red truck running somewhat better, so she can just drive it around town. And if she has any trouble, she's right there in town, she can get home, and somebody can come to her rescue. So we're taking her vehicle, and we hauled some water on it last night. I had to put some lights on it, and I got the magnet lights because it's easy to wire them. I just strung it up here this morning, and I'm using I guess they call this strapping, plumber strapping, hanger strap. It's a little bit more I don't know, aesthetically pleasing, I guess. And I put it on these magnet lights because these roads are so rough out here, they won't stay stuck to the frame. So I just got it strapped around there. Now the light, hopefully the light don't break loose. And I just ran the wiring up through there. So doing the same thing right over here. I'm strapping it to it. I got one more strap to put on it, and then I've got to stop up at the house, get some zip strips and zip strip up this wire that's down here. But we hadn't used this trailer in a while. The axle's kind of warped on it. We kind of overloaded it a time or two, so we are fixing to head out. We'll take you with us. We're going to go over to a job today, try to get it finished up. We've actually got 2 or 3 going right now. Little jobs, nothing too major, but it keeps us moving, keeps us homestead going forward. That's what our hope is anyway. So as soon as we get this water tank off of there, we're gonna be hauling hay home on this trailer, and we wanted to be legal, so bought some lights, throwed them on there. We'll see you in a little bit once we get over to where we're going. Alrighty, folks. The other project that I was going to take you to, I ended up not taking you to. We want to hurry up and get it done. Get over here and get this one cleaned up. We've got some tools we need to take back home. Some trash needs to be picked up. But this one here is an 8-foot elk fence. So it runs all the way around this yard. In here, Miss Polly's rolling up her string that we used, put in the line posts. Every one of these posts are about 3 feet in the ground, more if we can get it. And there's gonna be a gate right here, a couple more small gates. Pretty interesting little project. Here is the fencing. Have to excuse the chimes. The wires on the bottom are about 3 inches apart, and then they get wider as they go up. And this is not cheap fence. This is high tensile fence. It's not cheap. The wind's picking up. I got to get stuff loaded. We'll see what the week brings us. You'll never know with us. We'll see you another day, because it's Friday. Calling it early. We'll grab something to eat, kick back for a little bit till tomorrow.
Here it is in the rock. Let's find a way around this wash.
Alrighty folks, we started way up there on that bluff and we worked our way down to the corner over here. I don't know if you can see it, it's over there. And this is the line, this post here. And we're turning in to the property. We got a post right there. We're gonna put another post here. It's gonna be a 24-foot opening right through here so that they've got plenty of room to take trailers and whatever else through here, whatever they need. The way that they put roads in this country, they just put them the best way they can, and it don't always work out where the property lines are at. The easement, if you can see a stake over here, this is the corner property line that comes through here. So the easement goes through here, and because there was this declivity here and trees, people just decided to go up through here, and that wind's bad. Nobody knows where the property lines are, so they just drive where they can. Sure is a pretty view though. Way back here in God's country. Looks like it may rain. If it does, that road we came in on, gonna be a mess. Alrighty folks, today we're over here at this elk fence, this 8-foot elk fence. We're putting our braces in. We are at about 5 feet on the high side, going all the way to the ground on the low side. We are using reclaimed material. These are a long stretch, but this is a really tall fence also. So we will cut these off 3 feet above, and that's where our top rail is going to go. It's going to have a top rail on it. These pipe are bent quite a bit. We tried to straighten them out as much as we could, but this is what the people wanted. That's what we're using. It's going to look nice once we're done. We have all the posts in. Miss Polly is down here clearing a path because this material, the netting, is 8 feet tall, and she's trying to clear a path with these nippers so that we can get down through here with the fence. Really nice up here. Don't know if you can see the mountains right up there. See if I can zoom in. This camera does not like to zoom. There's mountains up there, still got snow on them. There's a lake up there that still has about 4 foot of snow on, so we won't be fishing in it anytime soon. But you can see all this pipe. It came out of an arena, and it is quite curved. When you cut sections out of it, makes it a little bit better. We did have a skid steer here last week that we were using to kind of straighten it out a little bit. Still trying to straighten it out, but some of it's pretty bad. Some of it's broke. We're just going through it, getting the best out of it. We're gonna get all these corners in today. May start on the top rail, and then it's gonna be running wire, and we'll be done with this little deal. Called today about the gates. Gates should be in this week. So we're pretty excited about getting this done. I'll try to bring it to you as we finish it up. Okay, folks, we had a little bit of a scary moment here. We're cutting these posts off with a grinder. I think I spilled water in my grinder. It's a wonder the electrical wires didn't catch on fire. But as you can see here, we had a grass fire erupt from, if you can see it right there, I was cutting on that post. We've been cutting them all along here and hadn't had an issue till we got right here. And it spread pretty quick. Scared me. I started throwing dirt, hollered for Polly. We went and got buckets and the hose. We had to go grab another hose. We were doing a bucket brigade there for a minute. Around that rock, it was burning. Oh, kind of a scary moment. It's a good thing the wind didn't get up. It was going towards these trees. Every one of these trees are dry. Some of them are dead. It would have been a massive fire in just a little while. But as soon as I saw it, I started throwing dirt on it, and that kind of helped. But I broke one of my fingernails, and I was right about out of breath by the time we started filling buckets. And what was it, 2 weeks ago, babe? It was so muddy up here we couldn't work. Yeah. It just goes to show you in this desert country how quick it gets dry. We're in the mountains. I don't know if you guys can see those mountains right up there. We're up here right at the base of the mountains. Snow right up there. But this grass is really dry and there's leaves down in there. If it had got down in there around these oak leaves, we would have had a massive fire that would have been devastating for this little group of trees right here. So thankfully we acted quick enough and the wind wasn't blowing real bad. We got it done. So now we're going to keep the hose down here and we're going to try to, we'll just wet this whole area down where we're working as we go, and hopefully we don't get a fire. I think I'm gonna cut where the sparks fly back that way. Wet it all down. All the way to the tree line, be good. Woo! Scary few minutes there, heart pounding minutes, but especially towards these trees, I just kept seeing this whole thing up in flames as I was running back and forth. Oh. Whew. We'll fill up in buckets too, just in case we need to put out a spot fire or something. Doesn't take but a second, does it? Thankfully, we acted fast and there was water here on site. What if there'd been no water here on site? Oh, we'd have been down in here fighting fire.
I guess we need to have the shovel down here.
Yeah. I was stomping it. I think some of my shoes melted. Another exciting day with Moses and Polly. Whew. I need to sit down now. As you can see, we got the braces up here. We went from 5 feet down to the ground. Got them in all the way around. Just putting that top rail on. Whew. Try not to have a forest fire. Hey folks, we are heading up to Alpine, Arizona this morning. We ran into a little situation the other day where a property that we are looking at doing a project on, we had the surveyor come out trying to find the property lines, and there is a river that runs through it. And the day I went out there to just look over the property, I could walk across the river. But now the snow is melting and the river is up and we're gonna need a boat. And I was looking at some boats to buy, and Miss Polly was on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, one of our favorite pastimes, and she found a boat that was damaged, but it still floats, they say. So we're gonna go take a look at it and see if it'll work for crossing the river and getting the surveyor across the river. Here she is, folks. Got some crumple damage here, but I believe it'll still float. If it don't, we'll always thought it should, huh? A little bit of bubble gum. Been in the dirt a while, ain't it? Yeah. But I believe it'll work. We'll see if we can't get it on top of the Suburban and get it home. It's got floats and it's even still got the plug in it. Yeah.
It'll fit.
You think me and you can get it there? We'll turn it up on its side. If we can get one side up on there.
Upside down?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a handle. You want to come down here where this handle's at? There's a handle back here.
It's probably heavier on that end.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Might put your end up first. That's the middle right there.
All right.
Our daughter, she goes, I told her we gotta pick up a boat. She goes, I said the only place we could put it is on top of here because our trailer is in Vernon and we didn't want to run all the way to Vernon and back over here. So I thought, well,
yeah, it's lightweight.
It's okay.
It looks like it's been around.
Yeah.
Ford Apache. For a lot of years, it looks like it was on some lakes. From 88 to 97, it's been stickered.
Yeah, probably 97 when it got dropped out of the truck or whatever.
Or somebody backed around into it.
Yeah, something.
That's all right. When we get done with it, we'll make a planter out of it or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, another lady was saying that same thing, but she never come through, so. You guys have a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What's it for? What's it about?
We do a little bit of homesteading.
Oh, okay.
We do a little bit of horse training. Just mainly our lives.
Oh, okay. That's the whole purpose of the church. Not the building, it's the whole group, you know? 'Cause, 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 'cause,
feet's really dry. There we go. Hang on, little man. This is what, second time he's been trimmed?
Yeah, he kind of got a little bit of a taste of it once before, but they hardly did anything because he's so little.
How? You're okay.
Joe tapped on his feet with a file, but he never did anything with them.
Oh. Hang on like that, buddy. You can see here where he's been walking. He's been walking back here instead of here. You see the worn spot here and here. So we've got to get this heel flat as we can and take it way down, because that's where he's walking, and get him back on more even. These guys, they grow a lot faster than older horses, so they tend to get out of shape quicker than an older horse. So, a little high on this side here. This foot's already got some malformation to it. It's kind of already grown a little bit
Toward drying heart.
crooked, so. Trying to straighten that out, and the harder their feet are, the harder it is to make small corrections, because their foot's so hard. One of the things I try to do is educate horse owners on some of the things they can do to make my job a little bit better, and this little colt did really good. He come along really quick. Didn't take much. These young horses, their minds are pliable, and it's easier to convince them. It's not about overpowering them. It's just about teaching them a concept and then letting them figure it out. I think today we don't let young horses, young people, young dogs problem solve. If you can get a horse into a situation, particularly if they get into a situation yourself, in a controlled environment, and teach them how to process through the predicament they got themselves in, then you have a whole lot more stabler horse. So here I just got a rope on this horse's front foot, and I'm just asking the horse to come forward, pulling on its foot, and it pulled back. It still resists a little bit, but it gets better and better. And I just try to teach all my horses to give forwards, backwards, left, right, with their feet, with their body, and the earlier you do it, the better off the horse is going to be. Here I'm just teaching this horse to give to that pressure, and you can see the horse struggle, you can see the horse try to figure it out, and these are all good things. People look at this and they go, well, this just doesn't look clean, it doesn't look pretty, it looks like a mess. And what I call this is coloring outside the lines. The horse is still coloring, but they just color outside the lines. So we have to be willing to take and look messy sometimes to get a good, pretty result. So this horse is not in any danger. It is struggling. It's trying to find him. And what people try to do is they try to avoid the horse struggling. They'll go, oh, it's okay, it's okay. In their mind, they think they're helping the horse, but the horse has to learn, if they're in a struggle, how to deal with the pressure, and then I'm there to help guide that horse through it and to give them the answer, and help them find the answer. The other day I was trimming a young horse, and it would set back, and it would fight, and the people were all worried about it. I said, he's got to learn to work through those issues, and when you do, you have a whole lot more stabler horse. Here again, I'll take this rope and I'll teach this horse to just give to that pressure. And when a horse gives, they're also being submissive. Right there, he just gave really good. Young mind, young horse, whole lot easier than a horse that, is 2 or 3 years old. I worked for this old man over in New Mexico. His name was Bob Browning. He had a really nice operation over in Farmington, New Mexico. Taught me a lot about not just what to do with horses, but why you were doing what you were doing. And we'd have a baby hit the ground, and he would teach the horse to give right away. I mean, within just a few hours, he'd be playing with his horse. And a lot of people will play with horses, young horses, but their interaction with them is not structured. So it's really important that your interaction with any horse, even a young horse or an older horse, that it be structured. And by structured, I mean you have to be handling them for purpose, not just touching them all over and petting on them and being in their vicinity and getting the horse used to you. But that horse is going to have a lifetime of service to you. They're going to bring you a lot of enjoyment, and the way to avoid problems down the road is teach that horse to give to pressure. So everything I do with these horses is about giving to pressure. Now here I've got rope around its loin, and I don't have it on there tight. It's open on both ends. I just have both ends in my hand, and this horse says, I don't know what to do with this pressure. So I just hold some light pressure on there, and when the horse quits bucking, I'll release it. Right there, the horse gave really big. There, it gave big again. And this is a soft rope. It's not going to burn the horse. Some people worry about, rope burns and stuff like that. But if you use a soft rope and a light hand, you're not going to burn these young horses. And it didn't take long for him to understand, oh, that meant just give, and here he goes again. He wants to fight it a little bit. I've got the rope around his legs, and he goes, it's a new place, a new feel. And the horse was like, okay, I got to kick this off. And these are all natural instincts. If it's natural, we talk about natural horsemanship. Nothing we do with a horse is natural. We work with the psychology of the horse, but there's a fallacy when it comes to natural horsemanship. Naturally, the horse doesn't want you on their back. Naturally, they don't want to give to pressure. They're born inverted. So it's kind of an oxymoron, natural horsemanship. Everybody used that. It was a really good gimmick, a really good sales pitch, but everything we do with horses is not natural. Now, I do believe God designed them to be ridden, with everything, the way that the horse's back is made, their bone structure, even their mouths, they're made for a bit. There's a lot of controversy about that, but if you look at the way a horse is built, they're built to ride. So, if you just turn a horse loose naturally, everything that they do naturally does not benefit what we do with them out of nature. So it's our job to take and teach them the right ways to do things, the right ways to respond to things. So kind of my spiel there on natural horsemanship. There's nothing natural about horsemanship. If you leave them to nature, the horse is by nature a fight or a flight animal, or they will hide in a bunch. It's not natural what we do with them. It is, I believe, God's design that we ride them. I believe He designed the horse to be used all throughout history. We have conquered continents, we have fought wars, we have spread the gospel by horseback. So I think it's all good things that God designed the horse to be. And this little horse here, he did really good. He came along really quick, and I was really proud of him. Now it's just up to his owners to keep him on track.
Hey folks, another end to a productive week. We trimmed a few horses, worked with a few horses. We built a lot of fence, traveled a lot of miles, burned up a lot of gas. That's what we do. You know, when there's work to be done, we have to get out there and get it while we can. There's ebbs and flows in any, self-employed person's life. So right now we're really getting after it and really going. It'll slow down. We'll be back here on the homestead and we'll be working on some projects. We'll be riding some horses. We'll be doing a lot of other things. We're always trimming horses and working with different horses for people. I want to get back out there and work with those colts I showed you last time. Just one of those things. Life is not set for us, our particular lifestyle. We just got to go where the work's at and get out there and get after it. And that's what we're going to do. You got to make hay while the sun shines. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And if you don't know which way to go in this old world, submit your ways unto the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He'll bring it to pass. We'll see you later.